Off we go from Denver. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Play action. Now Jackson. Throwing out left and finding Likely. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. That ball caught. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
And he will have the Broncos first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. They go play action now. Wilson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
And he's gonna go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Tyus Bowser blowing that play up. 4th down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. The kick by McManus is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-0. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Here's the sneak with Wilson. And he is going to have a Broncos first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. This time, Wilson will throw. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, 57 yards. And the Broncos have moved out in front.
After interference, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulted in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Hill going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true. But last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32.
That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Jackson. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Now, give them credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stop the run, and then executed.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw is on target to Likely. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Here's Jackson to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Jackson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. To throw again is Jackson. And that's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Prochet. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. He'll dump this off, complete to Dobbins. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds, right around the 7. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. Here's Jackson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception from the 6. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Got a man. It's Judy, complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now Wilson on 1st down. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Really good coverage all over the field. And it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They go play action with Wilson. And still brings it in off the tip here on the deep shot. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds. Second quarter. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he gets it into the end zone with no time left in the second quarter as they take the lead. So they say no to the field goal try late in the half, and it winds up really paying off as they score on the final play.
Yeah, a little bit of a gamble, but they had some foresight as well because they knew they were going to get the ball to start the third quarter. So they thought to themselves, if we score here, we can double up back-to-back drives when we start the second half.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now 17-14. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have control in this ball game down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run the option left. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything. But
pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Throwing is Jackson. That'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet
Just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. An option handoff here to Dobbins. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore 1st down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Tucker's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. A quick throw caught out wide by Judy. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
Justin Matabike firing across the line there and planting him for a loss.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time. That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. The give to the fullback on the dive. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Tackle there by Michael Pierce.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On the delay, this is Murray. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Javonte Williams, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go with this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to make a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced a 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
From the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down 24-17. A little over a minute to go. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Jackson. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. The secondary as a unit, they worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
And he is out of bounds with the 1st down as the clock ticks inside of 30 seconds. Jackson to throw. Connecting with Andrews. And the defense here giving him no recourse but to get out of bounds after a gain of just a yard. Throwing. Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. One last shot for Jackson. This to possibly force OT. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for but couldn't secure it. And